Hey, Allison here with Southland Goldens. I am here with Rose for your final training video. I'm going to use this time to go over all of the commands that Rose knows. We're going to go over the verbal cues, the hand signals, how they tie together, and how you're going to continue training once you get home. It's about almost 100 degrees here today, so we're going to do some of this in the shade. Hopefully you guys can see it pretty clearly. If not, let me know. I'll be happy to send some extra videos. But we're going to go over everything she knows. You'll see I have my training pouch right here. She's not super food motivated. I'll show you right here. Yes, Rose. Nope, could care less. She just wants all the love. So she really feeds off attention, off of lots of pets, telling her she's a good girl, lots of praise. So you'll see that I do that a lot in this video. You're also going to hear when I say yes, that is my marker word. Yes means you have completed the task that I have asked, and I'm going to give her praise. That's either when we give a treat or we give lots of pets and loves, just depending on what the dog prefers. So with Rose, you'll hear me say yes. That's marking the behavior that I like, and I'm going to follow with some nice little pets. You're a sweet girl. You're also going to see me tap the side of my leg, and I'm going to say okay, and that just means, Rose, you're free to do whatever you want. Run around, be a puppy dog, sit still, whatever you want to do. You've completed the task that I asked, and you can free to do whatever your little heart desires, right, Rose? So when you see me say okay, that's just our release word. So yes marks the behavior, okay is our release word. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I do want to tell you, when a dog transitions from our home to your home, they do take a step back just with everything, and it's just because everything is new to her. So give her time to adjust. Lots of love. Like I said, she feeds off of that. So the more attention, the more belly rubs, all the things that you can give Rose, the faster she's going to come around. So if you guys have any questions after this video, let me know. Of course, once she comes home to you, I'm happy to go over anything, jump on a FaceTime, Zoom call, whatever helps you guys out. All right, let's get started. Our first command is sit. This is the most simple command, obviously. Rose knows it, whether I say sit or use the hand signal. So obviously the verbal cue is Rose, sit, or you can raise your right hand up like this, and that means sit. So first I gotta get her up. Come on. Rose, sit. Yes. So as soon as her bottom hits the ground, I'm gonna say yes and give her lots of praise. Rose knows she is to stay seated, yes, until I say okay. Again, okay is our release word. That means, hey, you're free to do what you want. So, Rose, sit, yes, good girl, Rose. She is to stay there, yes. You'll see that I'm continuing to praise her. Just I'm marking that behavior that I like. It's something I want you guys to really do, yes, okay. And that just means, hey, you're to stay seated until I release you. So when she comes home to you, when you ask Rose to sit, what I want you to do is mark her every few seconds just till she gets used to you guys being her handler. Sit, yes. Yes, good girl, good sit. Okay, again, okay, tap your leg, she's free to go. So we'll do it. There we go, yes. That's just the hand signal for sit. So if you don't want to say anything, you get her attention. Rose, yes, good girl, okay? Or you can do it without the hand signal. Rose, sit, yes, good girl. So one more time, okay? Rose, yes. Yes. Okay. Or Rose, sit. Yes. Good girl. Okay. Okay, to get Rose to lie down, what we're going to do is we're going to put her in the sit position. Then we're going to turn our hand over, lower it to the ground as we say, Rose, down. Yes. Good girl. So as soon as she lies down, I'm going to go yes and give her lots of attention. So Rose knows that she is to stay there until I release her, which is okay. And okay, again, that just means, hey, Rose, you can stay laying down, you can get up, run around. It doesn't mean when I say okay and tap my leg, it doesn't mean she has to do anything different. She's free to do whatever she wants to do. All right, come on, Rose. See if we can't get her up. Come on. Rose, here. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Yes. Okay. So again, we'll come back over here so you guys can see. I didn't even ask. Come here. Rose, here. Sit. Thank you. Down. Yes. You're a mind reader. Yes, you are. Good girl. And again, she's to lay there. And I can carry on a conversation. If I have people over, I have the dog that's going to lay down and stay there. I want to continue to say yes, just to let her know, hey, you're doing what I like, until I say, okay. And that's just our release for, hey, Rose, you're free to do whatever you want. If you want to lay on the cool floor, that's perfectly fine. You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. Our next command is place. So place is what we consider the Kuranda bed, her dog bed. The link that I sent you for the Kuranda beds, that's what we consider place. But place can be anything. It does help when it's something that's elevated off the floor. It can be a bed, it can be your bed, it can be whatever you choose for it to be. My advice is to keep the place consistent in the beginning. Don't move it around a lot because you want to be able to say, Rose, place, and she knows where she's going. So it's super simple. The verbal cue is just her name and place, and the hand signal is to just point at it. So I'm going to get her off the cool floor. We just came from outside, so she was hot, so now she's laying on the cool tile floor. But come on, Rose. Let's go. Rose, here. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. You ready? Rose, place. Place. Yes. So as soon as she gets all four on the place board, you're going to say yes and reward her. Good girl, good girl. Okay, and okay just means, hey, you can stay on there, you can get off, whatever you want to do. Right now, I figured she's going to get off because this floor is a lot cooler than that bed is right now. Our next command is stay. So I'm going to break this into two different sections. Our first section is going to be a stay until I come back and release her. The next section is going to be a stay and come when called. So I want to have a dog that when I tell to stay, they're going to stay there until either I call them to me or I tap my leg to release her and say okay. So when we have Rose stay, what we do is we put her in our sit position. Yes, good girl. Next we tell her to stay. I want you to say this firmly with her name and make sure you have her attention. So it's going to look like this. Rose, stay. Stay. We're going to hold our hand up like a stop sign. That's our hand signal. Stay. And I want to be able to walk away. I want to be able to have a conversation with someone if I'm at a park or anything like that and have my dog that I know is going to stay. If I see that she's kind of getting distracted, I'll say stay, just to remind her that you're to stay until I release you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to say yes. Remember, yes is our marker word. Good girl. Good girl, Rose. And then to release her, I say, okay. And that just means, hey, Rose, you're free to do whatever you want to do. You can stay seated, you can run around, whatever you want. For video purpose, I'm going to call her over here to me. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. So you guys can see it again. Rose, sit. Yes. Stay. Rose, stay. 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 There you go. And that's fine if she lays down, that's perfectly fine. Just want her to stay. I want to be able to walk away. Do whatever I need to do, stay. In the beginning when she's with you guys, I want you to remind her several times, Rose, stay. She's just got to get used to you guys being the handler. She knows I'm going to come back and release her. Rose, stay. girl, Rose. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Okay. All right, we're gonna walk over here. We're gonna do it in the grass, just a new setting. I am gonna keep her in the shade just because it's really hot. Rose, sit. Stay. 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 Again, I want you to guys say stay, just a reminder. Yes. Good girl, Rose. Good girl. Okay. And okay just means, hey, you're free. Do whatever you want to do. Okay, now we're going to do a stay that transitions to a come when call. So anytime I call Rose to me, I take my right hand, lower it down, and I say Rose here. So our verbal cue is Rose here, and the hand signal is to just lower your hand, right hand by your right thigh. So I'm gonna have her stay. I'm gonna have her face me, get her attention. So we've got her in a sit. I'm gonna do Rose, stay, stay, stay. Rose, here. Good girl, Rose. Good girl, yes. So again, as soon as her bottom hits the ground, I'm gonna praise her. You can use some high value treats if you want to. We've talked about before, Rose loves attention, so just lots of yes and some good scratches, and she's just as happy as she is with a treat. A little bit more happier. All right, so again, I'm just gonna have her stay. Rose, stay. Make sure I've got her attention. Stay. Yep. If she gets up, I'm gonna tell her to stay. It's a little hot out here, so I know she's ready to go back inside. Stay. Rose, here. Yes. Good girl, Rose. Good girl, good girl. So I'm glad she kind of messed up there. Normally she's spot on. Like I said, it's very hot. We're not in the shade right now. So I know she's ready to get back inside. If she does get up, you're just gonna walk back to her and say again, Rose, stay. And then you'll call her back over. We're gonna do one real quick one again because I know she's hot. We're gonna go back inside, but I wanted you to see this one outside. Rose, I know it's hot. We're gonna go back in. Stay. 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 Nope. Stay. Rose, here. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. So one last time, the way we call Rose to us, you're gonna take that right hand, you're gonna say Rose here, and she's gonna come all the way to you. Good girl, Rose. All right, we're headed back in the AC now. So an extra thing that Rose knows that I wanted to share with you is to wait. So what wait means is when we go out the door, I want a dog that's gonna wait to go out the door. Let me go out first. So I don't want a dog that's knocking me over or knocking my guest over. So what I do is I'll take her to the door, and you'll see that I tell her to wait. I'll hold my hand up similar to our stay. We're gonna do like a stop sign, and I just tell her to wait. And she knows not to come through the door until I allow her to. So, all right, Rose, you can go outside, you can go outside. Side, sit, wait, wait, wait. Okay, Rose here. Our next command is side. So side is what puts Rose on our left side to get ready to go for a walk in that heel position. There's quite a few steps with side, but she gets it pretty well. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your right hand You're gonna step back with your left leg and cut across, and you'll say side. So it looks like this. Get her out in front of me. Rose, Rose, side, side. I'm gonna step back up, and she's gonna sit even with my left side. Yes, good girl, Rose, good girl. All right, so I'm gonna try to get her back out in front of me again. Rose, Rose, side. Oh, get her back over here. Come here. Rose, side. Yes, good girl, good girl. So again, it's taking your right hand, stepping back with your left leg, coming across, and then you're gonna step up even where she's right there even with your left side. So try to get her out in front. Rose, side. Yes, good girl, good girl. Rose, Rose, side. Yes, good girl. So now that she's on our left side, that's when we can immediately go to heel. All right, now that we're ready to go for a walk, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the side, make sure she's positioned correctly. We're gonna keep her on our left side. I wanna keep her close, give her a little bit of slack. If she gets too far out in front or too far behind, I'll give a slight tug, nothing too hard, just kind of to remind her on her positioning that I want her on that left side. Rose, side, come on. We're on our left side, good. Heel. Yes. So you'll see anytime that I stop, Rose is to sit, side, back on that left position, sit, heel. Rose, thank you, yes. Good girl, good girl. Heel. Yes, good girl. Again, when I stop, she's to sit, heel. And you'll see when I stop, I hold the leash back, a little bit of tension. Yes, that just tells Rose, hey, there's a little bit of tension, it's time to sit. Good girl. Heel. One more time, we're gonna get right up here. I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna hold my leash back just a little. Yes, good girl, Rose, good girl. Fun little fact about Rose, she does like to play fetch. Ready, Rose? Go get it. Good girl, Rose. Good girl. Come here. Drop it. Drop it. Thank you. Red, drop it. Ready? Go get it. Good girl, Rose. Good girl. Good girl. Come here. Drop it. Rose, here. I'm not gonna steal it. Thank you. Good girl. Drop it. Drop it. So I tell her drop it, and that's just to make sure that she releases it with her mouth. You ready? Go get it, Rose. So a nice little way to get some of her exercise. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Drop it. Ready? One last time. You ready, Rose? Go get it. Good girl, Rose. Good girl. Oh, thank